Hey guys, welcome to Fanm Kreyol Takeover, presented by Fanm Inc. and Lex Media. I am your host, Karma with the C, and today we have Miss Mimi. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Girl, you are just so... Your shows, first of all, let's just start with that. And you just ended the
seventh year.
Seventh year. Oh my gosh.
Lucky number 7.
Yes. Please tell us how did it come about?
I mean, Mimis Boutiq started like 8 years ago, and it started on my couch. Like I was talking to my business partner back then. And the idea started to have the boutique, you know, and then from there, I said, okay, so if I can have the boutique, why not just have the actual show itself? So from there, we just started having the show. And, you know, with everything that you're just starting, you know, you have to deal with a whole lot, you know, as far as, you know, not going the right way. You know, the first year was okay, where we had about 40 to 50 people coming in, but to me it was motivation. To me it was like, okay, if I can have 40 or 50 people in
for first show,
for a first show, I can actually have more. And I remember that day as if like it was yesterday, because it was raining like nonstop, and I didn't even think people were going to show up. And from there, it just took over. And, you know, every year it just started getting better and better, where we started having 250, 400, 500, 600. And now we're like close to like anywhere from 500 to 700. Now we're generating people coming to the show.
Right. So tell us a little bit about your boutiques. What can we expect in the store, or what's in there right now?
The main focus, honestly, like I'm focused in the boutique, but not really. I'm more focused like on the shows, because with the boutique, I'm doing something where it's actually going to be Mimis Boutiq, the brand itself. So that's what I'm focusing on. But with the fashion show, this is where, you know, I actually present the designers, you know, from like within our culture, you know, that are doing something positive. You know, like with my boutique, like you just expect regular clothing, you know, as far as like the fashion, you know, what people wear, like the everyday wear, pieces, you know, or if you're or if you're going like out to like a nice gala or something, you could expect that from my store. But I want to change it, which I'm actually working on changing it right now, where it's going to be Mimis Boutiq. When you actually purchase it, you're gonna see like the actual brand on there. So it's something that I'm working on right now. But my main focus is the shows, because I feel that in our community, we have a lot of great designers. We have a lot of great talents, you know, like from clothing, from handbags, from earrings, whatever, you name it, we have it. So it's kind of like a way for me to showcase that, you know, people that don't know about us and that don't know about what we can do. So I come in and then I just present it, you know. So it's been a great experience so far.
So I know that you have multiple hats. You're a blogger, besides you being an owner of your boutique, fashion show producer, the creative director, the event coordinator. How do you balance all this stuff?
Oh, God. I call Jesus all the time. Listen, I call him Gégé in my Haitian way. I'm like, oh, Gégé, please help me today. Because, you know, like, in everything that I do, you know, not only like, you know, I put God first, you know, I have a team, you know, because I mean, I wouldn't be able to do all of this by myself. It takes a village, you know, my team helps me, and I have like a good support system, which is my husband, which is my mother, which is my mother-in-law. So when you have like a good surrounding, and, you know, like people are there to actually push you to, you know, just to motivate you. So it helps, you know. So I guess with that, that's how I'm able to like balance and focus and make everything happen.
Okay, so growing up, what did you initially want to do? Because I know the boutique didn't probably come up till later, so.
I wanted to be a doctor, actually. I wanted to be a pediatrician because I love kids. I mean, God gave me like 2 beautiful, wonderful boys. And, you know, I always wanted to be a doctor where I take care of kids, where I'm always around kids. But also, too, growing up, I knew I had a thing for fashion, because I was always the first one when I went to school in Haiti. Nous t'ai fait bagay que les journées de couleur, where I could wait for it, where I had to pick my outfit on a Friday. Mommy took me out shopping. Okay, mommy, you know, like, and then I was always at the supermarket, you know, looking for magazines. Even when I moved, you know, from Haiti to Boston, this is something I always wanted to do, you know. So it never left my sight. I always knew that, you know, eventually I was gonna get it back. So, you know, the doctor, I guess it didn't work, you know. So I mean,
for a reason.
So I decided to just, you know, just focus on what I wanted to do. So
where what part of Haiti are you guys originally from?
Okay, so myself, I know that on my mother's side, they're from Benin and Jacmel.
Okay.
And on my father's side, they're from La Plaine. But in Haiti, like, we lived in, Crissois and in Pelerin, because my father, had a house there when, parents stuff or whatever. But yeah, we lived, they're from Pelerin, they're from Benin and Jacmel and in La Plaine, so yeah.
How long have you been in États-Unis?
I've been here, I want to say about 17 years or 18 years. Yeah, because I came here when I was 15. Yeah, so I'm about to be 32, so 17.
See, I didn't want to put the age out there.
I know, girl. I'm okay to tell people my age. I'm not one of those that's like, oh, I'm 30. No, I tell people my age all the time. You have to be proud of, like your age or how you look or whatever. So, yeah, I think I was like about 14 going on 15. So about 17, 18 years since I've been here.
So then you've been in Boston.
I lived in Boston, and then from Boston, I moved here.
What made you come down here?
My mother. Because, I was more like attached to my mom growing up, so it was just more like, okay, after I finished school, I came here, I did my college years. I wanted to be with my mom. I was like a mommy's girl. You know how like they usually say, like petite fille c'est petite papa. I love my father, granted, but it was just like I had an attachment to my mother, so I just wanted to be with her, and it was a great experience.
Okay, so you just went to Boston for school.
Exactly. Well, for school and for my father too, because he lived in Boston. Yeah.
Now that you have your boutique, do you think that it was actually a great idea, a decision to move down here because your boutique it will move faster than
absolutely, because the life in Florida is like not just Florida, as long as you're focused, you know what you want to do, you're gonna be able to do it. Moving here, I really feel like it helped me to actually know what I wanted to do and to be more focused in it. So I think it was a great move. So I'm more focused, like what I want, and like everything that I want to accomplish, I'm able to do it.
Okay. So have you thought about not really necessarily moving the brands, but adding something in another state?
I've actually done shows in New York. I did 2 shows in New York. The next place that I'm really thinking about having another show is going to be Boston. Because, again, not only because I used to live there, I have a few friends and, people that follow me. They're always telling me, have the show in Boston, have the show in Boston. So I think that's another place I'm considering.
Why not just create a whole tour? And I'm pretty sure, like, this whole side, whether it's New York, Boston, Georgia, and all that, our side, we have a lot of Haitians who live here. So, and there's a lot of talented Haitians who, some places, some areas that they stay in because they don't have the outlet to showcase their designs or their craft, they stay hidden. But we do have a lot of hidden gems.
We do.
So it's really important.
I've been in Atlanta before. I think like I went to Atlanta like twice because I had an event where I was one of the guest speakers. And one thing I do love about Atlanta is the togetherness, because I see that everyone, like business, like wise, everyone, they link together. And like if you're in business, you're gonna know somebody in Atlanta, and they're willing to help you. So I really do like that about Atlanta.
Okay, so could you tell me what or who inspires you?
My mother. Because again, growing up, my mom had a business, let me just put it that way. My mother's side of the family, they're more business oriented. My father's side of the family is more like book savvy. It's kind of like education is everything to them. Not that, it's not everything to us, of course, but it was just like, my mom, I grew up where she had her own business. So it kind of motivates me even more to like, when I grow up, I just want to do that. I want to be that woman where I have my own business. I'm able to just do what I want to do. So she's a big motivation to me. And when you move in the States, things are different. And to see how like, even, things are not the same as in Haiti, she still manages to just pull through. She's just doing her. So she's a big motivation of mine.
Do you have any siblings?
On my mother's side, no, I'm the only child. But on my father's side, I do have a sister. Yes, yes.
So what advice would you give women trying to get into the same industry as you?
Just go for it. And I had a previous interview and I told the same thing, just go for it. You know what? Like, not only is life too short, but it's just that you don't know what you can do until you actually do it.
Right.
So like if you have a vision, you have a plan, you have a goal, just write it down and then just put it together and pray about it. Because me and everything that I do, whatever it is that I'm going to do right now, I pray on it first, because I want to make sure that it's the right move for me. So like pray on it and write it down, make sure like you plan ahead and then just go for it, because you never know where it's gonna take you. And even if you were to fail the first time, you're gonna fail. It's just part of the process. You just have to keep going with your dreams. So yeah.
So with all the years that you've been working in this industry, what's some things that you probably would redo if you had the opportunity to?
If I had the opportunity to do something different, what it would be. I can't think of one right now. I don't know. Honestly, I can't really think of one because I mean, so far, like I said, it's been good to me. You know, like the support and everything that I've been doing, it's been really good to me. And yeah, I'm actually speechless in that part. Yeah.
So, when was the last time you've been in Haiti?
Last year. I went to Haiti last year in November because I have a group of young ladies that, you know, we're doing something in Haiti, a project called Feed 500, where we go to Haiti, like we feed the kids. Like last year we were able to feed 320 kids, and this year we're going again. We're going to the hospitals to, you know, like provide, you know, hospital stuff for, you know, like the patients that needs the help and everything. So I was there last year.
Would you ever have a show in Haiti?
Absolutely. I absolutely want to do a show in Haiti, and this is something that we've been working on. So
okay, so it's coming soon. Coming soon.
I'm not gonna say much, but okay.
So, you holding such a big brand and how fast it's moving. How do you feel about keeping up with your social media and how do you use it?
To me, it's like social media to me is the best way to make it. You know why? Because back then, you know, people knew you, but they didn't know you as much. But I mean, they still made it, of course. But now the fact that we have that as a good source where we can promote ourselves, I said just use it. For me, that's mostly what I do on social media. I promote my fashion shows, I promote my brunch, I promote my blog, you know, like I use it a lot. I use it quite often. So it's like, to me, it's a good source to basically do everything that you need to do, you know, like, but keep it positive. Don't try to get yourself in crazy mess or, you know, things that are not necessary. Just keep a straight business, or even family-wise, because, you know, sometimes I post my pictures of my family or whatnot, but just try to keep like a positive there. So.
Okay, so, but what are some tips that you can give us? I know there's some people who are just starting a business and who aren't so used to social media at all, and they don't know how to, whether it's the story or the posting. Like, what are some tips that you can use to, you know, help spread their brands on social media?
Use hashtags. That was when I first started with my blog, that was the first thing they told me, use hashtags. Because when, I guess there's something to it, when you use it, it goes to like other people's pages or other people's stories, so they're able to see it, and that gets them to be curious, to know who you are, and if they have to follow you, they follow you. I think to me that's a great way too. And market yourself, you know, like just go to other pages, you know, start liking people's stuff, because the more you put yourself like out there, the more people are gonna know you. To me, everything is all about marketing, you know. Market yourself on social media. I don't care how many times you post. People are going to get tired of you, but that one person that's going to see you, they're just going to actually be interested in you. So just keep marketing yourself. So.
Actually, the hashtag that you say, what it is that, let's say you're a model, right, and you're a model in Miami. There are some photographers who are trying to reach models. So, because I do it personally, like when I look for photographers or videographers, I'll go in the search bar and I'll type in videographers in Miami or photographers in Miami. Like a list of stuff pops up.
I know.
So that's really what happens with the hashtag.
Listen, it helps. It really helps. Yeah,
it does. And especially if you're on, if your Instagram page is on business, you can actually tell how many likes or how many views are from the hashtags personally. And I swear it works a lot.
It does. It really does. So I highly recommend it. Do it when you have a business. So yeah.
And then to piggyback off the marketing or, you know, what you post. I know some people who actually post themselves, right? Their page is attractive, but because they don't post their talent or what they do or what you're actually like trying to promote, it's kind of hard for some people to click that follow button. So that's
because they're going about it the wrong way. Like if you're, okay, for example, if you're someone that's selling handbags, show me the handbags. That may sound kind of weird or honest or blunt, however you want to say it. I don't care to see your body. I don't care to see, you know, how you look. I want to see the product. Sell me the product. Like if you're selling hair, I don't want to see that's just, again, my opinion. I don't care to see a naked person. show me the hair.
hair.
You know, do like a how do you call it, the facial shot or whatever, the profile picture. Like just show me that
headshot,
part,
right.
the headshot, exactly. Show me that. You know, sell me the product. You know, you could do it like with a nice outfit or whatever, saying, okay, if I'm going out, you know, this is the hair.
Compliment the
you know,
hair,
exactly.
but
just make it like where this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, give me more information about the hair. Give me the texture. Give me, you know, where it's from. You know, talk to me about the hair. But don't present me like someone who's like, you know, half naked, or again, to each its own. That's just my opinion, to each its own. But, you know, I want to see the product. It's the same thing for handbags. Show me the handbag. You know, the same thing for shoes. You could have someone walking in nice heels, but just put the focus on shoes,
right,
you know?
Right.
Like, you know, those are ways, to me, again, I think
agree.
it's just, it helps, you know, to market yourself, to brand yourself. So, yeah.
Properly, right.
Yeah.
So tell us about you blogging. How did you get into the blogging?
I like to write. I've won, when I was in high school, I've won several, like, you know, awards and stuff like that. I was even in the newspaper for, you know, writing or whatever. And this is something that it came about, I want to say about 3 years ago. And I said, okay, let me just do it just to do it, where, you know, I just write. It's not something that I want to be consistent in it, but of course, you know, with everything else that I'm doing. But, you know, I just started it, and I guess it works. You know, a lot of people go on the page because, you know, you're able to see it because there's an app, you know, that shows you how many people read it or whatever. And it works out for me. I talk about family, I talk about fashion, I talk about, like, you know, daily life things. You know, I make sure I cover it all. So, yeah.
Okay. So how do you balance the blogging and focusing on Mimis Boutiq?
I make a schedule for myself. Like, when I'm blogging, I usually try to do it at night when the kids are asleep. You know, that gives me time to just think and just have a glass of wine for myself and just sit there in front of my computer and do it. So, and with Mimis Boutiq, again, this is like a daily thing for me. So I have time during the day to focus on it, but with the blogging, I need time for myself. I don't want to hear any noise or anything like that, so I just do it at night. So,
would you say the blogging is more like a hobby, and then Mimis Boutiq is like a career, or?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could put it
So
that
it's
way.
just your me time. Your
Exactly.
It's like you're writing in a diary, but then
I mean,
it's just on.
if it takes me, you know, somewhere else, you know, to other places, it would be an honor. It would be something great. But like for now, this is something that I want to see where it can go. You know, I just do it it's like a passion. It's like something as a hobby, if you want to say it, yeah.
Have you ever thought about vlogging? 'Cause I know blogging, it kind of turned around with the time, the day of age that we are in. Before it was just, you know, just reading online, but now it's just so much social media, so much technology that's evolved now.
Yeah.
So have you ever thought about switching over to like vlogging? Or?
I have, but again, I have to make time for it. But I have a few friends of mine too that recommended me to do it, but it's been in the back burner, but I have thought about it, yes.
Okay. So have you ever had, like, how do ideas come to mind when it comes to vlogging though?
It's just like, okay, it could be like my son. He's doing something, like, let's say he's just playing around, or he said something out of the blue. So it could just be something that you blog about. You could ask parents, hey, have you ever had that reaction from your child? You know, something like that. Or it could just be like you're driving down the street and you see something and you find it interesting and then you decide to blog about it, you know? So those are like topics that I usually just, you know, try to do with the blog, yeah.
I try to get into vlogging. I just can't.
like the past weekend, I was in New York. It was freezing, and my photographer and I would decided to do a shoot. It was 30 degrees.
Ooh, child.
Yes. And, you know, we just did it. And if you, like, go on my blog page, one of them I had my coat on, and the other ones I had no coat on. I was just like, and that's why I caught a cold too. So
right.
Like, the sacrifices that you have to make.
You know what? You're right. Because there's some times when it's been really, really cold and I have to go out in a bathing suit, like, goes all good, like I'm in the sun.
Yeah.
So, how do you stay focused?
Again, meditation, prayers, you know, things like that, they really help me stay focused. And yeah, those are the two main things that I do.
Okay, so I was going to say, let's be honest. Sometimes I'm all in for prayer and meditation, but there are some times when you feel like the world is just against you, and it's God at the moment is just not hearing it. So, like, what do you do when it's like...
I cry. I let it out. That's one of the things that, you know, sometimes people will think, oh, you're so emotional. No, sometimes you have to cry. You have to scream. You have to let it out. It's not being emotional. It's just being a human being. Sometimes you need to do that. And my favorite thing to do is just to go for a walk by the beach. If I don't have time to do it, that's where meditation comes in. I sit in a room, I turn on some music, something instrumental, just feels like I'm on the beach, and then just to calm me down. So.
Right. So I know there are people who are watching this, who are entrepreneurs or who want to start their boutiques. For them right now, it's like, oh, this sounds kind of easy. But please let us know because I know it wasn't easy throughout the whole way.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't.
So when you just started up in your living room, you know, when you was like, you know, I want to start a boutique. I know it wasn't like, okay, boutique, boom. There were times when you felt like, okay, maybe this isn't it. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe this fashion show will not go on. What had you stay in that lane and stay on this path and say, no, I have to keep on going?
Let me start with the last thing that you just said. This fashion show's not gonna go on. Perfect example, the last show that I did, I was so tired, like I didn't even care for the show anymore and I said that on social media, that was probably one of the shows that I worked my hardest, because I believe in like the number 7 being such a lucky number, that I gave it my all. And after that, I was sick for at least 2 weeks because I pushed like more, like 110 or 200% to make sure that it was such a great show. No, it's not easy. I can tell you that right now. Anyone who's starting a business from ground up telling you that it's easy, I mean, I commend you, but because to me and to other people that I've heard starting, they always say it's not easy. You know, you're gonna cry, you're gonna have rejections. You have to be ready for it, because I was the type of person that if someone rejects me once, I'm not coming back to you. Like my husband has had to teach me, you know what, it's okay to accept rejection. It's okay to just take it. But it's like, you know, I had to go through it all, you know, like even with sponsors sometimes, you know, if they say no, you have to like try to reach out to more people. And even with like locations and everything, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And, you know, even amongst us, you know, team or staff or whatever, we agree to disagree. But that's part of the business, you know, and towards the end we come together and we make it happen, you know, but it's not easy. It takes a lot. Trust me.
So with all the projects that you have going on, all the hats that you wear, do you sometimes forget yourself and who you are, or just like that whole self-love or not self-discipline, but self-care just goes out the window?
New York, that's what I just did. New York was the trip.
That was your unwind. Yeah.
I had to go visit a good friend of mine for a specific reason, and to me it was a good reason to just be there. You know, I was there just for 2 days, but I had to say to myself, you're too hard on yourself. And I tend to be very hard on myself because I want so much, you know, like, and when I say wanting so much, I want to make a difference. I want to be a change within our community, and I want to, like, you know, change where I can see like little girls, or even like my son growing up saying, wow, I'm so proud of my mother. You know, like I want to, you know, I want people to just remember me by my brand, not even by my name, but by what I'm doing within our community. So I can be really hard on myself. And that's where, after I did the show, I was just like, wait, I was sick for 2 weeks where I could not even get out of bed. I was just like, no, you have to take time for you. So from there, I really started like realizing self-care is like super, super important. You have to take care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
No, mama.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about sisterhood and women empowerment? This I would love for you to say in Creole, because I feel like in our culture, that's something that we are lacking. We are lacking women empowerment and lacking sisterhood.
We are lacking.
You can say it in Creole.
No, let me start. Like the way, we are lacking sisterhood. We are lacking women empowerment, only because of the fact that, you know, I really want to say, when I'm about to say something that I know people might not agree, I want to say it's like my opinion, of course. I feel that maybe because at times we feel like, okay, si m fè l'autre moun pa ka fè, ou bien si que ma fon bagay moi on l'autre demoiselle a fè, ou bien on l'autre jeune garçon a fè, ou pour qui ça la fè, pour qui ça la fè idée que ma fè, like that's where it becomes an issue where, okay, my sister's doing it. Yes, I'm happy for her. I want her to make it. I want her to be successful. I want her to be happy. You know, I want to see her just out there, just doing it just like I'm doing it. But at times, we get, I don't want to say selfish, but I don't even know what word it is. Maybe
jealous.
Insecure, yes. Insecure or even ambitious, but ambition can be good, but in a bad way where we want it for ourselves. We don't want to share, you know, but, and that's where I come in. Even with the fashion show, even with the women empowerment, I try to have a different guest speaker every year where I have women in the room. It could be someone that you haven't seen in like years, that, you know, you get the chance to see that person in that room. It could be someone that you thought you had an issue with and the person probably didn't even have an issue with you. Because this is the thing with us. Nou pale, and I'm going to keep it as real as possible. Ou gen wa on moun la, like, ou pale de moun na, but ou pa koni moun na vreman. But you speak based on what you hear, you know, other people say.
Right.
But how about we get to know each other? Let me get to know you. Instead of hearing what the person has to say about you. Let's get to know each other. Let's try to see how we can work together. Let me have my opinion about you instead of hearing what another person has to say about you. I think honestly, that's what will help us and empower us to actually be better and do better. So,
how do you think you can use your brand in your fashion shows and all that you do to raise an awareness for women empowerment?
I honestly think in a way I've been doing that because I've seen progress even with the shows, even with the brunch that I've been doing for the past 2 years. I've seen a lot of progress. So I think with that, we just need to work on it more. Because I pick and choose, like, you know, as far as, you know, the women that I want to speak, because I want to make sure that the message that they're going to deliver, it's something that is going to affect other women, where they see like the other sister in a different way, where they, you know, it just makes them think, oh my God, maybe I went about this the wrong way, you know? So I see the difference. Trust me, I really do see the difference. And that makes me happy. You know, even like, by the way I talk on social media, even with the things that I post, I see that people follow. I've had inbox messages of people telling me, oh, I love what you're doing. You're such an inspiration. So people are paying attention, and that's where too posting certain things on social media can actually ruin you and ruin your reputation. So you might want to be very careful in what you post. You know, not because you have an issue with the sister, you just want to go ahead. This is what she did to me. No, this is not the good way to go about it. And I always say that. Call her, inbox her, even if she was the one that started it. Inbox her, or just let her go about it. Because at the end of the day, who's gonna look bad? And guess what? When you don't say something, you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your brand. So again, I see the difference. I see a few difference that's going on, but I think we can do better. We're working on it. We can do better.
As long as you see something.
Exactly. I mean, listen, I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We have our days. We have our moments where we just want to vent. We just want to let it all out. But as long as we know we're working on ourselves, like we want to do better, that's all that matters. But we just have to keep pushing ourselves where we say, let's go like a different route about it. Let's just do something different about it. So yeah.
Okay. So also your brunch. You mentioned your brunch twice or 3 times already.
Yes.
Tell us about this brunch, sis.
Okay. So even the brunch was an idea that I wrote like years ago. And I started doing it 2 years ago. I wrote it down and then I just decided to do it. The first year was a surprise. Like, I didn't think people were going to respond to it that quick. We did it at Mocha Cafe, like in North Miami. I don't know if you're familiar with it. And it took off. Like, even the first year, I was just like, oh, okay. So people really like it. To me, it's not just the brunch. It's not just coming in and eating and having mimosa. It's the message. What did you get out of it? And the following week here, which was last year, we had Emily Michelle, we had Tina, and then we had a lot of great women in the community that came and they spoke. We were talking about how hard it is like to be a mother and to be a businesswoman. And that was like a very interesting topic because I had a woman that came at me. She was just like, this is just what I needed to hear. You know, so every year we try to do a different topic. And again, it brings awareness and it brings people together. So yeah.
Around what time what time of year do you do the brunch? Okay,
the first year I did it in March. Last year I did it in May. And this year, which I didn't want to drop the date yet, but it's going to be in May. But I'm not telling you guys when until I finalize everything.
It's your 5 months, so that's perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so one more thing. When you hear belle femme, ça veut dire pour l'entendre mot belle femme.
Tant que haïtien me connaît femme total capital.
Right.
a phenomenal woman,
Yes.
a woman that believes in herself, a woman that as soon as she walks in a room, she turns heads. You know, like you feel so high of yourself. You speak high of yourself. You know, like you don't let nothing belittle you. You don't let nothing bring your self-esteem down. When I hear Belle Femme, I don't just hear beauty. I don't just see beauty. I see like what else you can bring to the table.
Right.
Because beauty fades.
It
But
does.
what you know here and how you carry yourself is what is gonna actually have someone remember you by.
Yes.
So that's what I see when I hear Belle Femme. So
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Like
thank
honestly,
you.
thank you.
Thank you so much for having
you are
me.
a great role model.
Thank you.
So could you please let us know your Instagram for your boutique, for yourself, for your blogs, everything. Just plug it in.
So if you guys need to find me, just go on Instagram. Just go on Mimis Boutiq, Mimis Boutiq. If you want to follow the brunch page, is For the Women by the Women Brunch. It's a long, I can't spell it to you. It's very long. For the Women by the Women Brunch. It's on Instagram, but the boutique, Mimis Boutiq, without the UE. So you can find me there, or you could email me, mimisboutique@gmail.com. And from there, you'll find my phone number, and then you can always call me. I'm like one call away or one text message away. Like everyone that knows me, the minute you text me, I'm on it. Yeah, I'm always ready and available to answer everyone. So.
Also, did you get a chance to taste your cremas?
Yes, girl. That cremas is
You
life.
have what you have right now?
I think I had the coconut, and it was
had the coconut.
really good. Yeah, it was
right
really
now.
good. Yeah.
Shout out to Valmas Cremas. Thank you so much for providing us with your drinks. It's everybody who comes on the show loves your drinks.
I'm almost done with mine, so.
You can follow, subscribe, like everything. The links will be down below. Follow me, your host, at I am Karma with a C _. So that's CARMA _. And shout out to Belle Femme Inc. and Lux TV. And thank you. Bisous.
Bisous.